What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and continue learning about Norwegian grocery stores versus the USA, American grocery stores. I never would have thought there were so many weird little differences between grocery stores in Norway versus grocery stores in the United States. And it's always the littlest things, right? In the first part, the first half of this video that I already reacted to, I mean, the bread is, there's hardly any white bread. It's not sliced. You have this whole machine in the store for slicing the bread, which sounds really cool. I'd probably hurt myself trying to use that thing. You give away free samples of fruit. Lots of stuff comes in tubes. Norwegians, why do you love the tubes? The tubes of stuff you can squeeze out in tubes, like toothpaste. Americans are not used to that, so it's a little disturbing, but I appreciate the differences. Anyway, now, looks like we are gonna continue with the differences in the grocery stores in Norway that I have not heard of before, and apparently the next thing up is snacks, which I like snacks. So let's take a look.
What else we got? Snacks.
Yes.
Snacks seem to be very big, and and this is just gauging by the amount of selection. There is a huge wall in both stores of chips. The standard
chips.
one is potato chips, which here they call potetgull, which is like potato gold. And so that
Potato gold. Potet gold. For potato chips? That is so funny. It makes it sound like Norwegians think potato chips are like gold or something. I mean, Americans like chips, don't get me wrong. And I'm actually super happy to see that Norwegians go crazy with the vast variety of potato chips. This is exactly what you see in any American grocery store. Americans are obsessed with potato chips. There are a million different types. I bet all of these are different, though. That's so fascinating.
there's tons of different brands and things like that.
Yeah.
The big main three, I guess, would be flavor popularity is cheese, of course. Everybody's gonna love cheese no matter where you go. So you got various cheeses, but paprika, which is not standard paprika seasoning. It is, I think it's supposed to be, what is it called? Paprika as in a bell pepper. Or it could be a blending of that. Paprika is a very common flavor choice.
What? Paprika? A bell pepper? Or paprika? This is not a flavor that exists in America at all. Americans like cheese-flavored chips, sure, but usually in America you get nacho-flavored, which is basically cheese. Huge in America is ranch-flavored chips. Does Norway have ranch-flavored chips, or is that our version of paprika?
Which is good. I like it. It's pretty tasty. And then you also get the sea salt, of course. That's going to just be the dominant no matter where you go with potato chips. So those are like the three.
Oh, sea salt. That's not terribly popular in America, but we do have it, so I at least know what that is. But I'd like to know what the flavor of paprika chips is. What is that flavor?
Main flavors, and other ones you have like sour cream and onion and stuff like that. So chips are not a problem with variety. Now you're not going to get the immense variety that you would get in the United States, where it has tons of different brands with all the same kind of flavors, but different brands, different crispiness. They do have a good selection though.
Yeah, in America there's basically an entire wall dedicated to just chips. It's like endless.
So if you're into snacks, snacks are good. The other thing, speaking of snacks, is godteri, candy. Now, candy is definitely another one of those coveted traditional Norwegian things. And the reason why is because they have Lørdagskus, which is Saturday cozy time in a sense.
I'm so happy to learn about all these funny, like, phrases. Saturday happy time. Saturday candy time or something in Norway. That's hilarious. I like it. In America, candy time is just any time in America. Sorry about that. I don't know how Norway is gonna compare to America with candy. Like, we literally have endless candy, every kind. Like, it takes up a huge part of the grocery store. Candy is just a gigantic, gigantic thing in America. It's endless types.
Is directly what it's translated as. And what it is, typically, they try to practice an overall thing of where, I think I've mentioned it before, where you don't eat candy throughout the week and you only have your goodies and sweets on Saturday.
Oh, I admire that. I actually admire that. I try to do that myself somewhat, even though it is not a cultural thing in America, like in Norway, where it's known. Apparently in Norway, it's like widely known that people try to eat candy, save it for Saturday, save it for then. In America, that is no, don't make me laugh. That is not a thing. People are eating candy all the time. It's very cheap. There's a ton of it. It's very bad for you. And personally, I try to not eat it and save it for a special time. But that's not the case for a lot of Americans.
And that's to kind of keep it healthy, but make it more traditionally as a, how can I put it, more of something to look forward to in the weekend. So it's more for kids, of course, but it's a good practice. And I know it's an older tradition. Plenty of people eat candy throughout the week. I know I'm accustomed to that too. But
the tradition is for children. It's more for kids. Okay.
But because of that, they have the huge, choose your own candy and make a mix. And that's a very big popular thing. You'll find that at every store there's going to be a big old selection of candy. I mean, there's more selection of candy than there is of fruits and vegetables and all that.
more candy than fruits and vegetables. Yeah, you're right. I can relate to that. Sometimes in America, our shopping malls have this right here with like the wall, and you scoop out candy and put it in a bag, and you can get all different types. These are very fun, but they're kind of rare in America. This is in a Norwegian grocery store, just normal. That's really interesting. That's actually really interesting.
Other stuff, that's just the popular thing. So it's a little weird because we do have it in the U.S. too, where you have small like bin style hopper stuff where you can it's normally bulk food where you can buy stuff. Not all stores have that, but it seems to be more of a common thing. But it's only with candy. There's not very many other hopper style or bulk item foods throughout the stores. Typically just with candy, and some with nuts and things like that too. And the thing about that is, again, sometimes instead of it having like a lid, it's just in their open bucket containers. And so, you're not supposed to go up and take it, but you can obviously see kids are going to see, candy, and go and grab one and eat it. I've seen it happen. So not a huge difference, but it's something that really stood out, that every single store you go to is going to have the big old Candy King self-serve candy for some Saturdays. And
no, that's different. Yeah, it's pretty rare in America. Also, you'd basically never have any food or candy or anything out like in the open. I kind of talked about this in part 1 of Norwegian grocery stores versus USA grocery stores. Americans don't really trust each other, so we kind of think that everyone is going to get their dirty hands all over everything and touch everything, so grocery stores don't really put stuff out in the open.
And if you don't get there at the store early, your selection is going to dwindle down. If you don't expect to have a good variety left, it's going to be close to empty because people attack that on Saturdays. So what else is there? The price tags. Price tags are something that are very different from all the stores I'm used to. Now, they use electronic tags. And so the electronic tags are pretty ingenious.
Whoa, these are nice. Wow. Hey, this is why Norway is so technologically admired. Why Norway is so progressive. They got digital price tags. Wow. I've never thought of this. That makes a lot of sense.
I think that all stores in the United States should have that. Now, of course, people that are in a position called price changer may not like that because it kind of takes away some of their job. But really, it takes away the common problem of people changing price tags and going up. It's like, hey, you charge me too much. See the price tags right here. So because it's electronically done, you can't do that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In America, they have to change all the prices manually. So there can be mistakes. But if it's digital, wow, that just makes so much sense. That is one of those little random things that makes so much sense.
got to assume that some U.S. stores have these electronic price tags. I've never seen them on any of the stores I ever worked at, so that was something new and kind of
No.
I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Another thing is hygiene products. I'm used to having one, two, or even three aisles full of hygiene stuff, whether it be soaps and shampoos to women products and baby products to
Yeah.
hair care like styling gels and all of that, and deodorant and stuff. It's all the stores I've been to, tiny, very small sections of that.
What? What? Wow. Yeah, I don't. It's an American thing for sure. They just know, like, I feel like they just know Americans are gonna buy lots of stuff, hygiene stuff, the newest, greatest thing, and the marketing works really well on Americans too. So there's just a whole lot of everything basically in the grocery store, just a bunch of everything. But hygiene and soaps and shampoo and toothpaste, yeah, there's like endless, like a whole aisle or more devoted just to that. So this would be a little shocking to me to see.
That type of stuff. You're going to go to an actual store that specializes in that to pick up that type of stuff.
I'm pretty simple. I'm a simple man, a simple American man. I need like the most generic shampoo and like whatever toothpaste. It doesn't matter, and I'm good.
So yeah, after you're shopping and doing all of that stuff, you're going to go to check out, of course. And that is another area that has a huge difference compared to what I've been used to in the United States. And what I'm saying is, the first thing you'll notice is it is very, very common to have the clerk that's checking you out sitting down.
Oh.
Yes. In the U.S., in all the business I've ever worked in any store you go to, there is not a stool sitting behind the cash register. You stand, and that is just the way it is. And
Yeah. I think he's about to say this as well. This makes absolutely zero sense in America. Like, yeah, there's this idea in America that if you're sitting down, you're being lazy. You're not working hard. It's totally stupid and honestly cruel to cashiers who their only job is to be in one spot and not move and then use their arms. So why not just let them sit down? Let them sit down. Norway lets them sit down. That makes so much sense. I love it. That is another one of those things where it's like, what is wrong with America?
maybe it's just a sign of being rude or not if you're sitting or leaning. You don't lean on the counter. You don't do this. You don't do that. In Norway, they're a lot more health conscious, and what that brings out is, there's no need for you to be standing for 6 hours plus on your feet the entire time. You sit down and relax. It's better for your back. It's better for your legs, and so on.
This is branching off into, like, I've rambled about this as well, how Norway actually cares about its employees. In America, if you're at the grocery store, Walmart, or whatever, they don't care about you, and they're going to make you stand just because they can, or you're fired. And yeah, it makes no sense. It really boils down to just health and, like, human compassion, like, for your employees. Like, what?
And then when you need to get up and jump and do some work, you're already rested. You've had your breaks, in a sense. So yeah, the clerks sit. They're not sitting, obviously, when they're out stocking shelves and doing all the other stuff. They run like crazy and they hustle and bustle, and it's great. They're on top of things. But when you're being checked out, they sit there and they don't say much. It's not very traditional in Norway to have small talk anyways. So if you have questions, they're going to answer your questions and stuff like that, of course. But basically, you're going to have your main things that they're going to say to you. They'll probably say hi. That's common. Now check it out. They'll ask you if you need bags, because your bags are not free. You got to pay for bags, every bag you want. So they'll ask you how many bags you want.
Wow, bags are not free. Wow, there's a couple things here. I honestly like that the cashier does not talk to you. I like that. I don't want to be having to come up with stuff to say, small talk. I hate that. I hate when that happens in America. I would much prefer the Norwegian cashier who just, like, asks the critical questions and then nothing else really. That is good with me. Bags are always free in America, so I would be slightly thrown off. I'd be like, if I was in Norway, I'd be trying to like stuff everything into one bag because they cost money, apparently.
Um, so they do that, and they will tell you the price, of course. And that's about the gist of the conversation you're going to have with the average clerk. They're not being
Yeah.
rude about it or anything like that. That is just the way the culture is, and that's how it is. So
Yeah.
for an American, especially a United States American, we are extremely talkative when it comes to strangers, especially in the checkout line. And it doesn't seem to be the common thing here. That was kind of a shock to me because I'm so used to saying, hey, how's it going? How's your day? And blah, blah, blah. You know, whether or not.
Yeah, he's right. Although the big new thing in America, I mean, it's been here for like 10 years now, is self checkout, where you walk to a machine, you scan all the items yourself, you pay yourself into the machine, you bag it yourself. It's just there's no cashier at all. Self checkout. I love it. Everyone loves it. You don't have to interact with anyone. It's kind of like Americans like getting in touch with their inner Norwegian. You can just use a cold, quiet machine, no human interaction. I love it. Those have got to be in Norway too, right? I mean, you guys have digital price tags for crying out loud.
It's fully sincere or not, it's just something friendly that we do as US Americans. And so that was a huge cultural shock for me. The other thing is, after you're done paying and all that, you still have to go over to the end of the aisle and bag your own groceries. Now, I know some
Right.
stores in the US have that where you bag your own stuff, but there is no option. That you are bagging your own groceries. There's going to be a belt with a divider down the middle, so
Huh.
they pull the divider over and your stuff goes down one side, and when you're done, they slide the divider over. Now the new people's stuff is going down the other side, and they both meet at the end of the aisle there, so you need to bag your stuff up and move
Okay.
before the next person comes in.
You know, there used to be a lot of baggers like a while back, a few years ago, like 15, 20 years ago in America. Baggers have basically gone away at this point, and it's like everyone has to bag their own stuff. That I think America has kind of changed to be the same as Norway.
Because otherwise your groceries are going to get mixed up, or they're going to stand there waiting. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you taking so long? So if you're expecting to kind of chit-chat with someone that you ran into, you better be bagging your groceries while you're chit-chatting, or bag and then go and talk as you're walking out the store. Because you must bag your own groceries.
Okay.
That was interesting because I'm so used to the grocers doing their own thing. They bag, they put it into your cart, and you're on your way. So yeah, don't
Yeah, I mean, there's a fair amount of places that still bag your stuff for you. I just personally don't go to those places, I guess.
expect it to happen. Don't stand there waiting for them to bag your stuff because it's not going to happen. Um, and yeah, that's about it. Actually, no, one more thing. Medicines. Now, traditionally here, medicines, you're going to be going to a pharmacy and get that, whether it be standard over-the-counter stuff or obviously prescription style, you have to go to the pharmacy.
Okay.
But there are some things like, painkillers and, Advil, that type of thing, although they're different company names. Ibuprofen and those type of little things. You have to get them from a vending machine in the
What?
store. You cannot and you will not find anywhere on the shelves where you can just pick up Tylenol, for instance, and bring it to the cash register. You cannot do that. What you do is you go to these little machines and you select on a touch screen what kind of medicine or whatever you would want to get. And then
I wonder why that is. Is that for security reasons, or? I like it. I mean, the less human interaction, the better. I can just go to the vending machine. So for certain types of like pain medicine, headache medicine, a medicine vending machine. I've never heard of that. But I don't see why not. I don't see why it wouldn't work. That is random. That is different.
then you take that, you pay for it, then they give you another special receipt that you go and scan on this vending machine thing that's on your way out, and that dispenses whatever product.
Oh.
And then you take that on a touch screen, what kind of medicine or whatever you would want to get. And then you take that, you pay for it, then they give you another special receipt that you go and scan on this.
Oh, you pay for it inside, and they give you like a receipt, and then when you're leaving, you scan that a piece of paper receipt on another machine, and then that gives you the medicine? Wow, how secure does this have? That's really secure.
Vending machine thing that's on your way out, and that dispenses whatever product you purchased.
Huh.
That's good in a way, because you don't have to worry about anybody, stealing, I guess, medicines and, getting that stuff. Because
Yeah.
even over-the-counter stuff, they have OD issues and all that type of thing. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool. Not really a shock or something I was like, wow, that's so weird. I think actually that's how the U.S. should do it, I think. Because
Yeah. Norway just like randomly has these little technological advanced, like very random things, like the digital price tags and the way you have machines to dispense medicine, just like little injections of technology for stuff. It's kind of cool.
it's pretty smart. Certain things that can be dangerous like that, I think that's a right move. Anyways, that's my first time doing a full-blown comparison video of local differences, and yeah, hopefully it wasn't too overdone or too long for you. I know it's kind of a long video as it is now, but I wanted to do that. I wanted to get that out. Hopefully it was interesting, educational, and answer some questions about what could be different and what to expect if you come to Norway, whether it be on vacation or to live. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking through with me. If you liked what I'm doing and want to see more, give me that thumbs up. Let me know that you like this video.
Okay. That was good. That was really good. That was really well done. This was by Amerinorge, and I will give that a thumbs up. That was really fun. That was actually like... I like when the lists are kind of random, kind of like I don't know what to expect. And coming up with differences between like a grocery store in Norway and America, that's pretty difficult. But he managed to actually come up with like 10 or 15 little like unique differences between American and Norwegian grocery stores. That is great. I never knew I would learn so much about Norway and their grocery stores. I love this. I also learned just a bit about the food and snacks in Norway and what you have, I guess what you have available as far as some of the stuff goes. It's very interesting stuff. A shocking number of things that are different than America. It's really quite fascinating. Always the tiniest, most random things, too. It's pretty cool. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this reaction, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway, Norwegian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.